Over here we have some more things. Again, we talked about putting everything in a backpack. If you need to go away from your vehicle and you find yourself in need of going for help, a backpack is absolutely vital. You can keep it small, put everything you want in it. They recommend that you put some food in your backpack. And again, you have your water also. You're going to want to don't leave your car without some type of protection to your own body. I have let me get this out. You're going to have to edit this.
That's okay. This is perfect. Love it.
On my backpack, in my backpack, I have some type of rain gear. This is waterproof. It's also quite warm. Just if you can keep dry, you're gonna stay a lot warmer in any type of weather if you can keep the water off of you. This is a small little poncho rain gear. I also have some footwear that these just some old tennis shoes. You don't have to go. Most of the stuff we get here, you have in your home. You just have to put it to good use. These are an old pair of tennis shoes. I don't want to ruin my dress shoes if I'm going to be going, you know, a mile or two down the road. I also have a pair of socks. These are wool. Again, we talked about what wool does and how that helps. And some people would like to have something that's a little more waterproof, or keep a pair of old boots in your car. Those are options too. So I want to show you one thing that I think is one of the best things that everyone could or should have in their car. And this is a versatile power pack. This thing will will jump your car if your battery goes low. You can blow up your tires when they get soft. It has lights. You can even plug in your shaver in this thing. These things last for months and months without having to be recharged. And when it does, it's just a quick overnight trickle charge. And these things are incredible. This year, I've probably used this a dozen times. I found myself out on a boat. You know, in the spring, you're not sure if your boat's going to start. Well, mine doesn't. And it sure beats hooking up 3 jumper cables to reach your truck that's up on the land and your boat's in the water. Simply put this in, and this will jump any type of 12-volt battery, remember? And it's very strong. It can jump a Suburban, it can jump a small car. I've jumped jet skis, 4-wheelers, snowmobiles. I've pumped up my 4-wheelers a dozen times this last year using these pumps. Instead of having to tow your toys down to a service station, this does the trick. It's a marvelous, wonderful security if it's in your car. So please think about doing this. You're going to spend about $70–80 for one of these, but they really are worth the value. One of the things that I try to keep in my heavier vehicles is a tow chain. I can pull anything or tow about anything out if I have something to grab hold of. Some of these smaller cars, you're not going to want a heavy chain. They have tow straps, which are much more gentle to your car. It's not going to cause damage to these unibody cars. Sometimes it's hard to tow, and if you're not familiar with towing, I'd really recommend that you simply call a service truck, because you could do damage to your car if you're not familiar with how to tow. But having a good rope or a strap is always a very good idea. You can use a rope in many different ways, especially things like using the visqueen to make a lean-to, or some type of a shelter if you need to stay, if you're going to be by yourself for an extended time. A lot of times you'll find yourself out in the weather and you've run out of, and the visibility gets bad. So many times my window washer will only, after a couple hours in the snowstorm, it's nice to have an extra bit of either water or this. I like the low temperature de-icing window washing fluid. That's just having an extra is comforting, and to know that the low temperatures, no matter how cold it gets, it's going to keep my windshield clear. Obviously, depending on where you live, but if you live in the West, we're here in Utah. We're always having to fight the snow back and making sure you have a good ice scraper. They can keep them small. They have large ones with brushes, but having something like that to keep your, again, visibility for the driver is probably the most is the number one safety rule, is being able to see where you're going and what you're doing. So basically that's the kit. We'd recommend that you put, you can fit all this like we showed you. You can fit all this in the side of the truck. We don't, if you put all this in, you wouldn't have a trunk left. But I would hope that you'd pick those things that you feel are most important for you in your situation. You know better than anyone what you think you really need. There are some things that absolutely are a must in every car. For your own safety, but it's been a pleasure to show you some of these things, and I hope this makes your driving more secure and more pleasurable. And you know, if we're prepared, we're not going to be concerned about our safety, and we can begin to worry about other people. Thank you.